What inspired you to make the boxes?
They're private little stories, and I didn't even have a way to paint what these stories were about. But I have always had, I think, a natural affinity to objects and relationships, and it seemed like using the real things, it was very easy to do. And all the boxes almost were about how the world works and how people do things, and not negatively or not positively, but just the phenomenon of us. Like the book Life was about, well, Wiley and I were talking about bookcases, the shows they have in big libraries, and rare books and all this stuff, which I just love. But we thought, well, let's make a book show, okay. And I thought about all the books that have been forgotten by a culture or used up by a culture. And I thought about books that were not any good in the first place. And I also would go to the bookstore in the cheapest section, 10 to 25 cents, get 6 books and read them. And I found, this was part of the funky stuff of those days, but some of them were just dazzling. I mean, just amazing books. So this piece was made to take any given book you wish to rejuvenate, bring back to life, and put it in the press. And the jar was filled with water so that the book juice sort of soaked into it. And you didn't think that the book certainly would rot or turned into green mold and puff up the lid or anything. So the museum eventually, I guess, took care of that, taking the water out. But it was to rejuvenate a book that perhaps you've forgotten that was important to you, or a book that the culture could use that doesn't use it anymore, or just for a book that wasn't any good, to give it some life. So there's a regular dropper to put a few drops in to rejuvenate it. And like all of us that have plants and pets, there's a large dropper to put a big shot when you go on vacation.